Hello, welcome to Creative Art Journal Embellishments. So here I'm using a very household item, an old fabric shower curtain, which we just took down about a week ago, and before we threw it out, I thought, oh, wait a minute, and it gave me the idea of seeing those embedded grommet circles of a way to create a unique art journal embellishment. So I encourage you to look around your house at household items in a new way for the possibilities that could be for making art journal embellishments. So then I'm using these Tattered Angels ink, and I want the red. Unfortunately, the sprayer was not working on the ink spray, so I did have to go ahead and use a paintbrush to paint on the red. And I'm using red because it matches, it coordinates with my art journal cover. And I'd just like to take this time to say that if you are new to my channel, welcome, and I hope you will consider subscribing. And for those returning, thank you all to my wonderful subscribers who have been supporting my videos by liking, commenting, and sharing. I really appreciate your support. And it was about a few weeks ago, or maybe probably a month ago, that I did reach 2K subscribers. That's 2,000 subscribers. And I appreciate everybody's support so much. So after I dry this, I'm going to cut this into 4 parts. And then I cut it all the way up to the seam and stop. And I will end up with 4 strands. And then in my stash, I encourage you to either be creative and use household items or be creative and use things in your stash. And I happen to have beads in my stash. So I'm going to thread these strands with a bunch of beads. And I show you how I do the first few beads, but then I'll do the rest of the beads off camera and show you the finished beads that I've threaded on. So there you go. I have all the beads. And in my stash also, I have different kinds of fabric flowers. And I just I use that flower to like partially cover the embedded grommet in there. And then I'm going to use a loop, which they could be book rings, or these were from 7 Gypsies. Those are antique silver rings. And I chose a gold one of the book rings. And this is especially, okay, now this is going to be only useful if you have a spiral art journal. And the other art journal embellishments I'm going to show will be for the non-spiral art journals. So it's just a really nice embellishment. And I like to show it on the back side too, because the gray neutral color, you can kind of see the embellishment a little bit better. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up. I really appreciate it. It helps out the video a lot. It makes a really big difference with the thumbs up to YouTube in their promoting of our videos. So I really liked how that turns out and coordinates with the front of that cover. Okay, just looking through your stash, like this was from a sash, or kind of like a sash belt from an old blouse that I didn't want that sash anymore. You could use canvas. Here it is, a table runner, which is burlap with lace on the ends, on the sides. That could be used. And there I had cut, and you'll end up with the raw burlap edges, but you could probably put glue on the edges, and that'd be another way to create a unique art journal embellishment. And here I have these rolls of burlap with lace. And I decided that would be really good because it already has the finished edges on the sides. So again, using fabric flowers that were in my stash. And I decide a smaller flower at the bottom will be good too. I was trying to make it sure that it's in the camera frame. So sorry, I was taking time to make sure that was in the camera frame. And go ahead and use fabric glue or hot glue. And here is lace. And I'm going to attach that to the back of the burlap. At that point, I am waiting just a minute for the hot glue gun to dry. I mean, not dry, for the hot glue gun to be hot enough. If you are inspired to do this project, please check out below how you can join us and how you can share your project for others to see. Check down in the description box below. Now the lace is going to be, now this type of art journal embellishment will be the kind that you would use if you do not have a spiral art journal. And that's how I press that on so I don't burn my fingers, which I have done multiple times with hot glue gun. Okay, so I'm getting my art journal right now that's going to be the type of art journal that's book-bound art journal. And you use the lace. It can be used as a bookmark, or you can just stick it on the inside of the cover, but the lace is going to be what holds the art embellishment onto the art journal. So I'm really happy with how that came out. Okay, and a third art journal embellishment I've already made, so it's going to be more like an art share to explain how I made it, with twine or string, colored string, and I've used it on a small journal. And this happened to be my 2019 Creative Intentions journal. And you see I tied it in a loop so that it would fit attached to the inside of the journal. And then I used jewelry charms and just tied them on to the string. And now just placing it on the table to give you a better idea of how it's constructed. And please go ahead and click that like button if you've liked what you've seen on these 3 different art journal embellishment ideas and would like to see more. Thank you so much for watching. And please check out these other art journaling videos right here located under the arrow.